welcome back to the channel. I am yours truly, and today this is a bit of an off schedule uh, post or video, if you want to call it that, only because there's some news that just came out just recently that I had to get on here and discuss before it becomes irrelevant or becomes old news. It's coming out that Colorado is leaving the Pac-12 for the Big 12 starting next year. My instant this is coming from two sources. We'll get to the two sources in a second here, but my instant reaction to it is I think this is a overdue move by Colorado if this all becomes true. Which I assume that it will become true according to these two sources. They're risking their integrity and all that. This move should have happened probably should have happened like March or April because the Pac-12 is a sinking ship. They can't get their act together right now as far as getting a TV deal. Plus, the Big 12 kind of jumped the gun and took up what little ESPN and Fox had, what little money Fox and ESPN had in their TV money, and took all that up, and which has left the Pac-12 in a state to where they're in limbo. Like their best off right now is being on streaming only through Apple TV, through their Tier 1 rights, and with Colorado bringing in Dion, he's all about making people not only his brand but his players' brands bigger. And how you're gonna get bigger when you're on Apple TV or the latest rumor that I heard from the Pac-12 TV deal, which is still not out yet. That's the reason why I said this move should have happened a long time ago. Is that this deal is going to be mostly Apple TV, an Amazon Prime game, which would be on Friday night supposedly, and a 10:30 ESPN Saturday night game, as ESPN only wants a little piece of the Pac-12 pie to fill their 10:30 slot or 10:30 Eastern slot. I've seen this coming from a mile away. Nobody's interested in the Pac-12 as much, not as what the Pac-12 thinks they're worth, because the Pac-12 lost their biggest media market, which is Los Angeles, and their two biggest brands are trying to board the first train to get onto the Big Ten. So those markets are in Seattle and Portland. So the Pac-12 was asking for way too much money, and they kind of procrastinated in getting a TV deal. Now when it's time to get a TV deal, well, they can't get one because all the other conferences done took all ESPN's and Fox money, and ESPN and Fox don't have any more money, especially ESPN. So enough of that. Let's get into the sources that broke this information. One of the sources is Brett McMurphy. Now, he is saying that the Colorado intends to leave the Pac-12 to the Big 12 in 2024, and whenever they get to the Pac-12, they will receive the full Big 12 share, which is $31.7 million from the ESPN Fox media deal. He's claiming the reason Colorado left is because of the Big 12 stability and the Pac-12's uncertainty. Now, he's also commented and saying that they're doing a second Board of Regents meeting tomorrow, where Colorado is expected to discuss and approve of a move to the Big 12. And according to their source, it's about a 98% chance that they will approve the move to Colorado. That's all he's got to say. And then the next source that I have is from ESPN. They go into more detail about the whole Colorado situation. They held according to ESPN, they held a meeting today, and they're holding another public board meeting tomorrow. Uh, Colorado's board held an executive session on Wednesday to discuss a potential move. Uh, in the Colorado's law, a public meeting is required for a vote on a matter such as switching conferences. The uh, so they had to hold a public meeting since Colorado is a public university, and they're saying that Colorado's future with or ESPN later commented saying Colorado's future with the Pac-12 has long been in flux as for months as they've been deemed the biggest flight risk among the Pac-12. Uh, the back-to-back board meetings by Colorado also aligns with another indicator for a potential move to the Big 12. As coincidentally, the Big 12 presidents were set to meet tonight or today, more specifically Wednesday night, with the topic of expansion expected to be on the agenda. Yeah, kind of a coincidence there. Uh, the meeting may end up as a formality. See, this is why this source from ESPN is a little bit more detailed. It's saying that this meeting may end up as largely as a formality. The key step to remaining for Colorado will be to formally apply for the Big 12, which typically is done with an email saying, "Hey, hey Big 12, do you got any more room?" That's kind of how that goes. Oh, the application is not made yet, according to sources. Public applications to a league are often considered formalities after all the votes have been secured. So pretty much what they're saying is that right now they're voting on it between the board of regents and the chancellors and all of that to see where they're at. So to see where they're at on the topic. If the board of regents and chancellors and all that vote for yes, let's go to the Big 12, then the next step is to send that application to the Big 12 saying, "Hey, you got any more room? We're interested in joining the Big 12." And then what the Big 12 does is they get together with their presidents. Their 12 presidents, because the 4 new members have a seat at the table now as far as expansion votes, excluding Oklahoma and Texas, even though they're technically in the conference, but they don't get a vote because, who cares? They're moving on to the SEC. So those Big 12 presidents will vote. I'm pretty sure it's like most conferences, they need 3/4 of a vote, but they would like to have a unanimous vote. Technically they don't have to have one. And then after that, if Big 12 says yes, let come on board or come on in, Colorado, they send an invite to Colorado, and Colorado then therefore accepts that invite and comes on in. Now, the reason they say it's going to be 2024 is that's when the existing Pac-12 deal ends. So if that happens, then Colorado would have to pay nothing to the Pac-12. Yeah, unlike Oklahoma and Texas having to pay to the Big 12 for having to leave a year early, and I don't think Colorado has that option because it's too late to move to the Big 12 this season. It just wouldn't make no sense. So, and I think this ESPN article goes on and on and on. So, if any of the old heads remember, Colorado was part of the foundation of the Big 8, which then turned into the Big 12 when the Big 8 absorbed the pieces left behind of the Southwest Conference. So they were part of the Big 12 up until 2010, I believe. Somewhere in there. Yeah, I think it was like 2010 when Colorado left the Big 12 to join the Pac-12, and they've been in the Pac-12 ever since. Now, if they come back, basically be coming back home for Colorado, and to me, it felt like Colorado never fit in at the Pac-12. They were always, to me, they were a cultural fit for the Big 12. They never really, to me, they never really fit with the Pac-12. Um, yeah, that's all pretty much that sums up the ESPN article. There's obviously more details about it that I'm probably not going to read because I'm not trying to put anybody to sleep with this video. I'm just trying to sum up the detail, or basically give you a summary what the two sources are saying. So, anyways, if you enjoy the content and enjoy my entertainment in my company, leave the like to the video, subscribe to the channel for the latest content, and I will see you next time.